Hey, Corky Alexander here. We're going to pick up on beginning guitar where we left off, and I'm playing electric today just for a little variety. And we're going to start talking about picking. I talked about the chords, and then I talked about technique, hammer on, pull off, slide, bend, tremolo, and I talked about picking. I talked about the fact that I use a medium. We'll talk about a couple of scales right now. First one being the blues scale. Open, low E, 3rd fret, next string A open, 2nd fret, 3rd string open, 2nd fret, 4th string open, 2nd fret. Now here's where the guitar changes it up. B string or 5th, open, close on the 3rd, open 6th, or E, or sometimes called 1st, and then 3rd fret. And that scale played a little faster is like this. Okay? Now that's a real important scale because you're going to be playing in different positions. This is the blues scale in E. When you add the technique to it in your picking, that's how you get the voice of lead guitar playing. There's a slide. There's another slide. First garage band songs that we heard in the 60s was one called Rumble by Link Ray, and it focused all around that E blues scale. Blues scale. Now when you move that up, like if you're in the key of G, for example, you're playing your G the correct way. And the bar chord for G would be an E form on the 3rd fret. And so with that bar, the blues scale follow would be same thing as down here. Only you're barring the 3rd fret and playing like it's open. You add the technique to it, the bends, the pull-offs, hammer-ons, the tremolo, and you might get something like this. I'm adding some intermediate notes there. That's the blues scale. Okay, the chromatic scale starts with an open E low string, walks up 1 fret, 2, 4, change to the A string, just walking up. Now, if you notice, I'm walking my fingers, letting my fingers do the walking. And then, for an exercise, I want you to be doing up and down strokes, alternating the note. In other words, the E will be a downstroke, the F would be an upstroke, F sharp, down, up. Reason it's called the chromatic scale is because the word chromatic simply means not just the block of a scale, but all the notes in between. Chromatic meaning that it adds the sharps and flats in there that a standard scale, like if you notice a major scale in the key of C, skips notes, but a chromatic scale in C would be like that. It would take all those intermediate notes or middle notes into account. That's why chromatic harmonica, for example, has not just the major scale notes, but it also has the notes in between. That's why it's much more melodic. Guys like Stevie Wonder play chromatic harmonicas because they want to get all those intermediate notes in middle notes, okay? All right, so back to the blues scale. Let's say we're in the key of G, and one thing that I want to point out is that in rock or popular music playing, we tend to grip the neck of the guitar like this. In classical, they tend to go up on the fingertips, you know, and certainly to keep from having a buzz on your notes, you need to be checking your notes to make sure you're not muting or damping unintentionally. And the way to correct that is to get up on the tips. And that's what classical players focus on. Rock players tend to play in positions like if we were in the key of G, might play a double stop, which we're going to talk about later. Double stops are 2 notes played at a time. I'm all in this blues scale. Now double stop. Move up the key of A. I'm playing just that blues scale, same one I play down here. If you're following along in the Arlen Roth book, he has the blues scale and the chromatic scale in there. Or you can find them in any other scale book or guitar book. But we're in the key of A, and let's go to A minor. John Lennon was not known to be a lead guitar player primarily, but some of the greatest lead guitar parts in Beatles songs is done by John Lennon. One of John's signature licks is "I Want You, She's So Heavy." Okay, back in that A minor, if you notice this this run of I Want You to See So Heavy follows essentially the blues scale. Like, here it is. He goes, he plays a double stop with just 2 notes. He does this bend, then the bar chord. Those are double stops. They're 2 notes at the same time. Now we're walking down the blues scale, all the way down. All right, the blues scale in A. I Want You to See So Heavy. It's a good example of the blues scale played in A and utilizing technique like bends, double stops, so forth. Thank you. Have a good one.